Wakey, wakey. Hi everyone and welcome to 1/6 Figure Focus, and this is a completely unscripted, unplanned, just I don't write scripts for any of my content obviously, but basically a last minute Q&A session. It's a very strange time. It's a Sunday morning over here in Ireland at it's about 11:34 a.m, kind of just after breakfast, probably close to lunch, and I'm just gonna do probably a terrible idea of doing a Q&A session at a strange time when all the American audience is more than likely asleep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about there's one thing I wanted to talk about, but it is a Q&A session, yeah. So I'm going to put up a banner so if people are coming in, they know that it is actually a Q&A session, and you kind of, if you have any questions, not that I might be able to answer them at all, but if you do have any questions, maybe about my collection or something like that, or any kind of ideas, basically any sort of Q&A, really casual, and if I can answer them, I'll do my very best to answer them. So I just want to get a banner up here that shows that it is a Q&A session. So if I can find that, all right, so get this sorted. Probably should have done this beforehand, but there's 4 people watching so far. Like I said, I'm expecting the numbers to be quite low because American audience makes up most of my audience, and I'm guessing the vast majority of the US is asleep, but definitely the West Coast, I imagine. Okay, so all right, there we go. So Q&A session. The Q&A session is live. I'm gonna quick look, is anyone actually out there? Hey buddy, and anyone else who's out there. So we have the Empire Strikes Again. Phil, how are you? And then we've Mugwumped as well. Wasn't expecting stream this morning. Neither was I. I took a last minute decision to do so. Really quickly, again, if you're just joining us now, I see people coming in now. There's about 6 in the chat. If you are just joining, it's just a Q&A session. So kind of what do you want to talk about, or if there's any questions you have, and I'll do my best to answer them. While we're doing that, first of all, I'm gonna just outline kind of things that have been coming up on my channel. So a few videos, new live streams, top 5 pre-orders. That's actually a stream I did a few nights ago, but I'll explain where you can find that. So these are my thoughts on Paz Vizsla. So just basically I have a video up there online just explaining my thoughts on that, my thoughts on Ahsoka, my thoughts on this clone trooper, and also then we did a live stream about this is basically a live stream where I outline my current entire pre-order list, figures that I've committed to purchase so far. And I thought I had something else there. Oh yeah, basically I did my top 5 pre-order lists recently there as well. And there's something that kind of popped up recently that I haven't got a chance to speak about, that I'm going to try and find that now, because it's kind of basically, if there's no questions here, because like I said, it is a strange time to be doing this, there's something I want to have a backup just in case the numbers were low. See if I can make sure I can find that now. I didn't give my thoughts on the updated InArt pics. I'm trying to find them. Might be easier said than done. They don't seem to be, which is strange. They don't seem, I think it was an Instagram post they did, so I might find Instagram, so might be easier to find them on the Instagram post. People are watching, where are you from? What time is it in your area? What are you up to today? Did you get anything new this week? Did you pull the trigger on anything new this week? Let us know. So get some of that background music on. There we go. Let's see if I can get into Instagram this way. I never use Instagram on the desktop version. Okay. Let me know if the music is too loud in the background. Don't want to drown out what I'm saying. Why is this not working for me? I'll try this again. you just joined, I'm just trying to find the InArt photos for the updated Robert Pattinson Batman that they have, because I haven't done a video and I was kind of dedicating my time to other things and other videos, but I want to check out that. Okay, I have that here, so I'll just address the chat really quickly. Right, 11 people. I wasn't expecting even like 11 people in here, to be honest, because it's a strange time. Probably suits the UK and maybe European viewers. So I'll just share the screen and get this set up just before we start. So okay. Right, so who do we have? Six Scale says good morning. The Empire Strikes Again. That trooper is so tempting. Is that, oh, that's the clone trooper, I presume. Not happy this morning. My DeLorean has QC issues. Sideshow said I can send it back, or they can give me $85. Ooh, where are you based, Six Scale? And what QC issues are you referring to? I know that a few collectors have had the issue with the I think lights were an issue, and then I think the well, I know the broken hover conversion on some of the wheels were an issue as well. So where are you based? Are you based in the US? And what were the QC issues? And sorry to hear that as well, because basically everyone I know who's getting that DeLorean is extremely passionate about Back to the Future. I suppose it makes sense if you're going to spend $825 on a massive vehicle like that, which is quite expensive, takes up a lot of space, so you're going to have to. I think it's beautiful, but I just don't have that major graw for the Back to the Future trilogy. Good movies, but I just don't have that real graw for it. And so yeah, let me know where you are and what's the QC issues and what are you thinking about doing. Disappointed for you. Talia Meyer, hello and happy Sunday to everyone. Likewise, thanks for being here. Mugwump, Lincolnshire, UK, indulging in a little bacon sarnie black coffee action. That all sounds great. And thanks for being here. Ash Chase here. What's up, everyone? How are you? Tragedy Tales. Hey dudes, how are you? Very excited for Ahsoka. Yeah, the same. Don't forget the Aussie. There. So are you? You're Australian? Or you? What part of the what part of Australia are you from? The Alan, the Six Scale Gallery is here. Top of the morning to you, mate. Okay, we have a question. Okay, so this is I kind of brought up I'm sharing Instagram at the moment because I brought up the InArt updated photos that they had. So obviously InArt are doing their Robert Pattinson Batman and their Robert Pattinson Bruce Wayne. They're doing sculpted and rooted for both of them. And they kind of have shown us recent updates, which some people I'm hearing, they're delighted with the updates. Some people not so much. I haven't taken a real good look at them, but from what I've seen of them, I think the original was better, but then again, maybe the lighting is different and stuff like that. But we're going to take a look at them. The main reason I wanted to do here, I was just in the mood to do a stream, and basically if there's any questions coming up. So, Mugwump, I have a question for your focus. Could you imagine investing in a line of figures for which you have no great existing attachment? I find myself in the position with Caustic Plastics vampire offerings. So personally, the short answer is no. I need to have an attachment for the IP. I need to love the source material. So you probably heard me, I've seen your name in the chats multiple times, Mugwump. You probably heard me use the phrase triple threat multiple times. So something like the DX19 is a triple threat, or the Mark III Iron Man is a triple threat, or the 1989 Batman is a triple threat, or the Besman Luke Skywalker. Basically, because all those things, what they have in common is love the character, love the source material, and love that specific version or outfit of the character. So easy, the go-to example lately, it's very like current, I suppose. Or even we'll go what's on screen. No, that might be a bad example. I'm going to stick to a safe bet. So 1999 Batman. So do I love the character Batman? Yes. Do I love the source material, the 1989 Tim Burton film? Of course I do, yes. And do I love that particular version? Yeah, come on, it is iconic. And I think like Iconic, it says a lot, and I'm guilty about saying it as well, but it literally is iconic. It stood the test of time. That kind of combination with the black bat symbol with the yellow oval background, and the kind of a heavy, kind of almost leathery, kind of dark, rubbery suit, whatever. So personally, the short answer for me is no, I wouldn't. I pass on a lot of things I like to get the things I love, and I do that regularly. I say that regularly. So there's a lot of things. I'll give you a perfect example. I've yet to order something, pre-order any figure or own any figure from any of the Marvel TV shows. For example, that Captain America Sam Wilson, that is a spectacular, stunning looking piece. The head sculpt's on point, the proportions on point. It's going to pop on the shelf with the combination of the white and the blue and the red and little bits of black and stuff. The wings are articulated. That's I haven't got anything bad to say about it. It's just, but the TV show didn't draw me in enough. So yeah, I need to have that attachment for things. Like, there's a very few exceptions in my collection. So if you don't have an attachment for, like I said, I'm just reading your question again. Could you imagine investing in a line of figures for which you have no great existing attachment? I find myself in that position with caustic plastics vampire offerings. And is it just like they just look really, really good? Is that is that why you want to get them? As in, like, the figures are, I'm not familiar with the vampire offerings. Are the standard of figures just so high they're hard to say no to? And it's like, are you into that kind of vampire type of source material and stuff like that? So so the answer for me is no, but like, everyone's different. Everyone has their own unique way of collecting, and if you think they're cool, yeah, go for it. When is Ahsoka coming home? That is a good question. In short, I don't know. I've paid her off. I paid off the shipping, but if you've been following the channel, you know that I once bought from Toys Wonderland and I don't anymore. And I had the Rooted 2-pack InArt ordered with them, had an issue with them, and basically requested a full refund, secured a full refund, and I said, right, that's it. I'm going to let the rest of my pre-orders with them, which was only 2, thankfully, just run their course, and after that, like, I'm done. So I don't buy off them anymore, but I still have 2 figures that I fully paid for them, waiting to receive from them. So I went second batch, whatever that's called, deluxe with the workshop, and I emailed them, literally saw it emailed, and I emailed them straight away, and they said sometime between June and August. So I'm guessing it's going to be a Christmas present. 6 scale based in the States, but the back wheel axle is cracked and I haven't even put it into hover mode. Also, my front seat came unglued and it was rattling around. Ah, man, that sucks, because I know a lot of people, basically everyone who's getting the DeLorean that I know are extremely passionate about the DeLorean. So yeah, I'm sorry that's happened, man. That sucks. Could you get like a, like, you're going to get a return? I presume they're going to swap out that for a brand new. I know it's brand new, but I presume you're going to get them to send you a new one. Like that's what I would personally do anyway. I wouldn't be happy with $85 if the thing's broken. Like, you know, that's not cool. You know, it's not secondhand. It's a piece you're obviously looking forward to a while, I'm guessing. So I've seen the hover mode. A few people complaining about that it's broken, and you didn't even put it into hover mode, so that was broken basically in the box. So it seems that those hover mode conversions on the wheels, those axles, those plastics, they just seem a bit on the weak side, the brittle side. So a few people have had that issue. Ash Chase says they're in Queensland. Good stuff. I love how we've entered a phase in collecting where it's like, don't just get everything. I think the new wave of content creators are being way more conscientious when it comes to their viewers being potentially enabled by their content. That's a good point. You know, it's I think if you look back through my videos, Alan, as well, like if you look back through the earlier ones, like 99% of the time if I say I'm getting something, I get it, and 99% of the time if I say I'm not getting something, I don't. And the I've always been very conscious of that, because, like, you know, I have a limited budget, I have limited space. This room is not that big. I'm very, very thankful to have it, but I don't need anything. I don't want everything. I don't need or want everything. So I suppose I would be a relatively disciplined collector, if that's a thing. And yeah, it's not, it wouldn't be, I get what you're saying though. There's a lot of content creators going down that line, being very cautious of what you're collecting. But I suppose things are changing. Yeah, I kind of, I suppose what I'm saying is I don't really have, unless I go module cases, I don't have the option to like expand that much further. But you know, I have ideas. Exactly right, Focus. I was wooed by their Peter Sellers, my figure of last year, and loved the idea of having a space in the collection dedicated to classic art. Yeah, but then again, you do have the love for it then, so obviously only you can make that decision. But yeah, thanks for the comment. And any questions, folks, just fire them this way. You can keep the ball rolling here. And in the meantime, I'm going to take a quick look at this. Probably not going to stay on it too long because I have a bit of work to do today, and I'm going to be on Collector's Lounge later on. But I was putting off basically looking at these photos. So on the left, you have the before, which I think looks really, really good. And on the right, we have the after, and I still think it looks really, really good. I do notice that there's more, this seems a bit more detailed. I like the way the hair is kind of messier, even it kind of looks like he's just taken the mask off, and the cowl was causing him to sweat inside. It has that kind of a look. I do think it looks more accurate and lifelike. The makeup as well around mascara on the eyes looks a lot messier, and I like that. And it's more of a 5 o'clock shadow. You can almost see like a dimple in the chin there, and the face definitely looks narrower. The chin looks narrower. Now this could all be just the effects of lighting. I'm not sure. But we'll read what it says. InArt Collectibles updates for the InArt the Batman and Bruce Wayne 1/6 collectible figures. After the last release, InArt has made some minor changes to the figures based on the original film and photographs of the actor from multiple angles. The Batman head sculpt update, the Bruce Wayne head sculpt update, combat armor, the cape and the helmet, and the cape length and the helmet shape, head sculpt shape grant. So let us know your thoughts. Just the focus of the update is on the head sculpts. During the shots, we used less cinematic lighting and more natural lighting to display the figures from various angles. Before and after, the Batman figure and Bruce Wayne figure both share the same face sculpture, with the hair being the only difference. Okay, so before and after, the Batman figure and Bruce Wayne figure both share the same face sculpture. So that suggests they haven't changed the sculpt at all. So it does look significantly narrower here in the left, but again, that could be angles and lighting, I get that, but it does look significantly narrower here. It even looks a bit gaunter. I think the left does look more accurate, to be quite honest with you. Different hairstyle can affect the lighting, which results in different display effect. This update is the final version. InArt the Batman and Bruce Wayne figures will meet collectors during a convention this year. This is one that I was actually very impressed by, and I still think this looks good. I just think this looks better, but it's amazing how a bit of lighting will make a difference. So this is the sculpted version on the left. I still think Hot Toys have the edge with sculpted hair. Like if I'm looking at this here on the left, this sculpted, I'm actually going to go get on the Hot Toys Facebook group. I'm going to get the updated photos that they did for their Robert Pattinson Batman. Because I think I was looking at today, and I remember thinking this is it was good to begin with, but the hair was far too straight. It was more like the scene where he's at the funeral. But then they went and just want to get these albums up. Then they went and updated it. Obviously, InArt, you know, I do think that there's that little bit of competition. There's some new kids on the block, and you know that's a healthy competition. So obviously they're going to kind of up their game. And let's face it, their game is pretty up as it is. It's like Hot Toys have a very high standard. Now I'm just searching on the Hot Toys official Facebook page. I found at the official post. Okay. So this is a good one to add. So I'm just gonna have to take a look at this. So what you have here on the this is the Hot Toys Robert Pattinson Batman, and on the right is the before, where the hair was very, very straight. It definitely looked like more the look for as his hair was in that funeral scene in the cathedral or whatever. Obviously, you couldn't, if you maybe wanted to kit bash, you probably couldn't because he has a mascara on there. It wouldn't make sense. And on the left, we have the updated sculpt. You still have that 5 o'clock shadow, the kind of messy mascara, and the hair as well. So I'm looking at this now on the left, and I'm thinking the sculpt on the hair is better than this here. So, but it's all subjective. Like, I mean, full disclosure as well, I have bought and paid for the Hot Toys version, the one with the deluxe base and the bat signal, because I just think it's a very nice complete package. I mean, that could be my representation for this movie, just him and the bat signal. I do have a line on getting the rooted hair version of the Batman from InArt, but I don't have interest in Bruce Wayne. I don't really collect civilian characters. If there was one civilian character that I would collect, I'm gonna let you guess what that is. See if you've been watching a few of my videos. So just a question there. It's a Q&A session. If you have any questions, let me know. We're kind of using this as like a foundation for this InArt before and after photos for the Robert Pattinson Batman, as a kind of a foundation for the stream, and then any questions I will take. But if you have any, if not, I don't know if I'll be able to answer them, but I will try. So the it's, I just think, I'm just looking back at this, and because Hot Toys is the same. This one on the left looks really good. The after, I think the after here on the sculpted looks better than the before. So if I flick back here, this is obviously the rooted Robert Pattinson Batman, the Batman armor. I think the before photo looks better here, but they're saying it's the same sculpt, just the hair is different. But whatever way they've done the lighting, it looks better, more lifelike. And this is the sculpted Batman, and I think the sculpted here in the after looks a bit better. Let me know what you think. Focus, do you think they should have put metal in the chassis? I think they really should have not rushed it out, because like, when you think of these big IPs, like especially those 80s ones that have a real legacy, like Indiana Jones, the original Star Wars trilogy, the Back to the Future trilogy, even like the Burton Batman films, they kind of have a very strong following. Like, people get very passionate about them, and people were like blown away the fact that they got this hover converted DeLorean that came out of purgatory for 7 years. And it's a shame now for the collectors that love that trilogy and love the DeLorean and have paid the money to get something that is essentially, has QC issues. I'm hoping that maybe it's only a small percentage of these vehicles that have these issues, because I know not all of them are going to have these issues. But it's just, I'm disappointed for the collectors, I guess. And to answer your question, Ash, they should have definitely done a bit more research and development and just mess it a little bit more. Could have been just a case of a little bit of metal maybe to stop them, I don't know, disintegrating. Again, I'm not an engineer or a toy manufacturer, but obviously there was something up with the plastic. So I noticed 1/6 kit had the standard InArt Batman up for pre-order yesterday. I highly recommend using kit if anyone's looking for these. Yeah, I've heard really good things about 1/6 kit. We have another question here. Do you think with some issues with Hot Toys final products, people are turning more to companies like InArt? I think every company has QC issues and makes mistakes, some more than others, yeah. But I mean, no, I don't think so, because that logic would be that, okay, Hot Toys have had a few misses, or they've, maybe seamless shoulders of Ahsoka starts to split, or like the Wonder Woman underneath the armpit starts to split, or you have like weak ankles or something like that. And, you know, every now and then you'll find a figure that has an issue, like the Cody with the arm issue or whatever, pleather flaking. But then we are seeing issues with the InArt Joker as well. Like again, like it's not a deal breaker for me, but you have I know like both Joao Big Brother, shout out to Joao Big Brother, he's a living legend at this stage, and Dan and Dre from 6 Scale Reviews. Like Dan did a fantastic review on his InArt Rooted 2-pack, really thorough, and they both reported that when you slot the metal bars of the jail diorama in, sometimes it kind of, the weight of it causes it to lean a bit. So that is a QC issue. It's a relatively minor QC issue. Probably shouldn't happen, seeing as you're paying $1,000, but it still is a noteworthy QC issue. We've heard people talk about the magnets and stuff like that, but that could be user error. Like Dan was very clear that you have to, in the instruction it says, when you're using the round diorama base, you're supposed to have the bat symbol facing outwards, towards facing outwards. You should be looking at that with the Joker on top of it, and basically make sure that the center of gravity is on the heels and not the toes, because those toes, like if this is his feet, and this is his soles and this is his heels, the boots, they curve upwards, so there's no traction. So so maybe some people are. I personally wouldn't. Like, I'm gonna pick and choose. Like if I see something in art doing something amazing and if it's triple threat, if I love the character, if I love the source material, if I love that particular version, then they'll have my attention if their prototypes are to the high standard, like the InArt Joker was, like the Robert Pattinson Batman was, like the Gandalf was. My Rooted 2-pack should be shipping during the week, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'll definitely take a good look at it. And like I've heard people with have got theirs, it came with like a ripped sock or a broken foot, the jail cell leaning issue. Dan also said that the magazines into the Glock and the machine gun die-cast metals, they pop in, but they're kind of flimsy, they can fall out. So like they're minor QC issues, but they're still QC issues. And whether it's Jazz Inc., Hot Toys, InArt, Hasbro, NECA, whoever, there's going to be some QC issues, and sometimes you just get very lucky, and sometimes it is user error. Like you just I'm just hoping that that InArt Rooted Joker 2-pack comes with no issues. But I got it off Lion Rock, so their customer service is good, so I'm happy enough with that. Dude, they should have matched the positions of the figure etc. to the prototype, so we can see the difference more clearly. A front-on shot is not the same as slightly to the side. 100%. And Alan, you're 100% right. And I that's a kind of a logical, scientific kind of way of looking at it. Like, again, I'm a science and chemistry teacher, so when you're doing experiments, you need controls. It would be better if everything was matched. You had the before and after in the exact same lighting positions, exact same angles, to give you an idea of what's actually different. And Alan is a professional photographer. Sorry, I hope I'm allowed to say that, Alan. And if you haven't done so already, follow at the 6 Scale Gallery on Instagram. Ash Chase Focus, the metal rod connecting the wheels inside of the plastic thing. You mean the actual chassis of the vehicle? I don't know. Like if it's simple. Like if my thing is, if it's not broken, don't fix it. But if people are having issues, they should have definitely done something with the issues that were broken. Like they should have. Like what you're saying is to reinforce the main chassis underbody of the car. If that stops or reduces the amount of QC issues, then of course they should have done it. But I mean, if they just even reinforced those plastic parts or did something with them to stop that happening, yeah. The Bale Bruce Wayne, yeah, you're dead right. That goes back to my question about the only civilian character I'd probably have in my collection. So with InArt, they have my attention. Obviously, I am very impressed with what I've seen so far with the InArt Joker. I've been impressed since the very first prototype images, to be honest. I was impressed with the first videos. I was impressed when I saw the Vegas footage coming out and all the reviews, whether it's Justin or Joao or Dan and Dre, or the photos that Alan has taken. And with this one here, I'm not going all in on it because I wasn't really too impressed with the Bruce Wayne. And the film here is kind of like, it's a great film. It's like a 4-star film, maybe 4.5, but for me it wasn't a 5-star film. Just The Dark Knight is just much better. It's more as a superior film in my opinion. So I'm willing to drop more coin on that than this. So I haven't gone 2-pack, haven't got the signal. I haven't actually ordered haven't ordered the InArt Batman at all, but it's the single rooted pack. Yeah, I have a line on one. It's there if I want it. So yeah, that's something I probably will consider because I want to see a few more reviews. I want to see the reviews basically. And the Bale, apparently they're doing the DX19 style Bale Batman. What I anticipate they'll do is they'll do a single and 2-pack. I'd imagine they're going to do a 2-pack and have the DX19 style Batsuit from The Dark Knight and the kind of Bruce Wayne Christian Bale in the pinstripe kind of navy blue type suit. And yeah, that would be coming home. Given that the rolling eyes system is becoming a new standard for Hot Toys, what would you want their next customary innovation to be? Seamless arms, magnetic bases, leather tailoring. No brainer. Yeah, like the seamless arms they're doing. Like let's be fair. She-Hulk looks amazing. Bane 2.0 looks amazing. The seamless shoulders on Ahsoka, amazing. So I think they're doing that when necessary. Like if they come out with a Namor and he's not seamless, like that'd be just a big, like, why are you taking that step back? I was a bit I had no interest in the Avatar figures, but like I thought the joints were unsightly, and I know they're big figures and maybe they wouldn't be able to do them seamless, but they would look a lot better seamless as well in my opinion. But yeah, I know you're sacrificing, dynamic posing, but that's personal preference. Then I'd rather have a figure that looks better with, limited articulation than a figure that has great articulation with those joints all over the place. And I do hear people saying as well, if you want less articulation, why don't you go statue? And it's quite simple. I don't want to go statue. I want the option to articulate. I love the way you can have one figure, but then you could have like infinite different poses. But I'm saying not everything has to be Spider-Man style articulation. The articulation should be maybe in line with the character or something like that. So the seamless arms, they're doing the seamless arms. The magnetic bases, I could take or leave. Like, look behind me. Like, I'll just solo myself there. Like, look behind me. I'll get rid of this. Like, there's... Like... Might actually start streaming like this. That'd be interesting. I could actually do that. I could start streaming here from the side. But there's no stands, really. I mean, I use stands when the stand or base is particularly beautiful. Like, I mean, the Robocop on the chair... It was a no-brainer because it's a showstopper. It's a centerpiece. It's part of the movie. It's part of the character. It's like an integral part of the movie. But if you notice, there's no stands there. There's 2 stands down here in the Batman and Superman, but that's just because I wanted the Superman levitating. So realistically, the magnetic stands I can take or leave. I'm not sure if I'll even use that magnetic stand for the Joker. I probably will. It's a classy looking piece. I do like it. I probably will, but if it limits my where I can articulate it or pose it, then I probably won't. So just back to your thing again there. Mugwump, yeah, so for me it would be the leather tailoring. You hit the nail on the head. Seamless wrists. Okay. In no particular order. Seamless wrists, like the Wolverine. Give us the option. Give us the swap out arms option. Like they did with the Infinity War Thanos. I think they did it with a Thor as well. Give us the, if you're doing like that, if you're doing like a Gore, give us 2 sets of arms. Nothing much to ask. Have the seamless, silicone body type, seamless arms and elbows and wrists or whatever, just for that posing, for the more simpler museum pose. But then for the posers who like to do mad dynamic poses, have the joints as well. So that's one thing. The leather tailoring, I think that Wolverine comes with a real leather jacket. Make that a standard. Like that should be just like, you can't like go, okay, we're going to give this Days of Future Past Wolverine a seamless wrists and this leather coat, but then any other thing that comes out with leather that should have a leather coat doesn't have one. You can't. I think they need to be a bit more consistent with that. So leather would be a thing because you know, you've seen, like off the top of my head, the Catwoman, the first version from The Dark Knight Rises. That notoriously flakes. The DX13, depending on your climate, has been known to flake. Basically, all the pleather stuff, the pleather on Vaders has been known to flake. So that would be it. The seamless wrists, the kind of better materials, say for like that won't peel. Doesn't necessarily have to be leather, but you know, leather would probably be the best option. And there's something else as well. Yeah, just get rid of those batteries. Like those button cell batteries they're about as useful as a chocolate teapot. I mean, you spend, like, you know, I don't have the smallest hands, like, and like, you know, I find it a struggle, those tiny batteries, to get them into those tiny compartments. And you could spend like 45 minutes if you're putting like 3 into Iron Man's left arm and right arm, and then another 3 into his head and his chest, and then into like legs or something. Like, that's time for your life you're not getting back. Just have the USB, some sort of a way to connect it where you can just plug them in the back, and it's just, you know, you don't have to worry with the batteries and keep it lit all the time, whatever like that. I am looking into soap reactors, but it's just time and money and stuff like that, because I would like just to come in. I'd like to be able to come in and come on just on my phone, touch a button, and everything lights up. So, and I've already thought of a way to do it as well. Like, I mean, you could get those fusion reactor things. The like, you know, you have the dummy batteries you put into the back of the Iron Mans, and then the cables come out and it goes into like a hub that powers it. And if I get one of them maybe, and just run wires down, like transparent wires, down the back of the detofs, because there's little gaps where you could run them behind the metal frames, and if they're transparent, they'd be kind of like the wires I have now. They're very, you can't really see them, and then just drill a hole into the bottom wooden part of the detof, and you know, it should be pretty seamless. But yeah, it's a big enough project to get them all sorted. Peter, I remember we're just doing a Q&A session here, folks, so if you have any questions or answers or something you'd like to talk about, or even something you want me to put up on the screen and something you want to just delve into, let us know. Peter Cass, morning Shane, good to see you streaming in the morning, buddy. Looking forward to meeting you in person at celebration on the Saturday. Man, yeah, I'm really looking forward to meeting yourself as well. So Ian and Pete, and I want to see like, I just want to see like Ian cursing in full flight in all his glory while drinking a pint. Like, yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that. I'm obviously still definitely going. I got tickets for Friday and Saturday. I originally only had Friday, but I managed to get a Saturday ticket. And now I'm getting really excited because hotels booked, flights booked, and yeah, looking forward to it, man. So yeah, this is not my usual time. I just took a notion, as you'd say. Yeah, took a notion, Pete. But yeah, we must stream together again. It'd be nice to check in before we meet in London. Thank you for your kind words, mate. Man, if they do a Bale Batman Bruce Wayne and an Affleck Batman Bruce Wayne, yeah, and they're on their list, but it's funny, there are certain things on their list that we know they're probably not going to make, like the Mira, and then other things like weren't on their list, like Harry Potter, that has now popped up, and then that other character, the Joker, not the Heath Ledger, but the character from that, I think it's an Asian film or something like that. But like, they kind of been quiet, like we haven't really heard much from them, like, you know. So they kind of went from talking to everyone, talking to no one. So after that amazing opening scene from Mando, is the N1 on its way, maybe during celebration? I'm in the camp where I don't think that's coming. I really don't think that's coming. I just think it's too bloody big. I've been saying that since the start. I've also been saying that I hope that I'm wrong. I want to be wrong, because I know that there's like diehard vehicle collectors out there that are they just snap that up, you know, straight away. So I really want to be wrong, because I want to see the hype. I want to see the drop. I want to see the photos. I want to see the price. I want to just see what kind of a job they do on it. I want to see like what parts move and what parts light up, and kind of like just watch and be part of it and listen to the streams and people buzzing and being really passionate about it. So that's what I really look forward to. So I really hope I'm wrong. I don't think it's happening, but I really, really hope. I want to be wrong. Some guy is in the building as well. But you know what? You could be right, Phil. If they're going to do it, like, you know, they have ample opportunities. They could drop that at the end of Mando. It's about 7 more weeks. They could drop it at Celebration. They could drop it May 4th. So they have so many options. But I think, like, if we go to Celebration and they haven't dropped it, and Mando finishes and haven't dropped it, and then May 4th comes and goes, yeah, I don't think it's going to happen, to be honest. I think Jazz is the only company crazy enough to make an N1 Starfighter. Yeah, have you seen their Batman 1989? A lot of people are receiving them now, and it looks pretty amazing. It looks pretty amazing, and Empire Strikes again agrees with you. So I'm going to flick through another of these. Again, it's Q&A session, so if you have any questions or topics you'd like to discuss, just let me know and I'll do my best to answer them. Okay, so flicking on again. I think this is improved. On the left, we have the before Robert Pattinson Batman, well, Bruce Wayne. And on the right, we have the after. They seem to have... The hair looks less glossy. That could be lighting. The hair color looks a little different. It seems to be less... On the left, it's kind of like jet black with a lot of shine on it. And on the right, it doesn't seem, maybe like, that's kind of like not jet black. It almost looks really dark brown or something like that. I think the right actually looks a bit, I don't know, does it look better? Because I think the hair looks better on the right, but over on the left, the likeness to Robert Pattinson looks better. And here we have the rooted then. I don't know. I think the hair looks better maybe on the right. There's splitting hairs now between the two of them, to be honest. I want to take a look at... I want to just take a look at the actual Hot Toys one. Because that's... I'm kind of buzzing about that one, to be honest. Anyone in the chat getting this? So let's see if I can find... These are the updated images. Oh, damn it. I think this looks super. So on the left you have what it looks like now, and then what it used to look like on the right. This looks cool. So updated body physique and batsuit colors. I think this looks great. The cape there, the cape looks wired and it looks short, kind of like the way it was supposed to be, because like in the movie, the cape doesn't go all the way down to the ground. The suit's grown on me. When I first saw it, I was like, what's this? But because the movie was good, and because I really like how he moved in the movie, he was like very quick and packed a punch. I like the way this detached as well. That's a nice touch. I believe it's die cast as well. Separate rolling eyes function. Yeah, I think this looks good. Interesting to know what the chat thinks. And again, any any questions at all, let me know. Let's give our favorite Irishman some love. Smash the like button and subscribe. Thank you, some guy. I appreciate that. Thank you. What do you think will be the next Iron Man release? Oh god. Release. I think it's going to be that. Isn't it that? Is it that Silver Centurion hasn't been released yet? I think that hasn't been released yet. I want to quickly check. Actually, I'll just go into... I'll use this instead. So, Hot Toys. Why isn't that not working? There we go. So if we go back to... Was it back in January, they kind of had this... You know, Hot Toys on their official Instagram and Facebook posted this here. And this... Iron Man there, this on the left there, the silver, I think it's the Silver Centurion. I think this is a USB powered one that hasn't been released yet, because everything else in this photo has been released apart from Wen Wu. And I don't think that Iron Man has released. And I think Everything else apart from, there's one of the troopers there hasn't been released, I think. So if I go back through this, just want to double check. So that's the next Iron Man release. That Silver Centurion with the USB power. Sorry, I just realized I wasn't actually sharing this. My bad. So what I'm saying is, these are the upcoming releases. They posted this on New Year's Eve. All of this stuff has been released apart from the Iron Man there on the left, just underneath Sam Wilson cap. And I don't think that Trooper has been released as well. I know that the Clone Trooper has been released, but I'm not sure if that other, I can't remember what type of Trooper it is. Let me know in the comment section there. But yeah, the next release, Iron Man release, I do think it's going to be that Silver Centurion if it's not out already. I don't think it's out already. Now, in terms of the next reveal for an Iron Man figure, just gonna have a snack now. Streaming's tough work. The next Iron Man apologies for the chewing. I don't know. A Mark II is coming, surely. That would make sense. Yeah, possibly Mark II. I'm going to keep that ticking away in the background and have a think about it. I think the Batman was MMS 693. Usually for round numbers like 6 and 700, they announce an Iron Man. Do you share the view of many collectors that the DX line should go away? If not, what would you like it to look like going forwards? I have no idea what the DX line is. I think the DX used to mean something back in the Besbin Luke 2-pack days and stuff like that. But now it just means you're getting foam with it. Like even the DX19 is beautiful and I really like how they packed it up. When you open it up, it's a nicer unboxing experience. The box tends to be a bit bigger and it's more classy, tasteful looking. And when you open it up, like sometimes they have like magnetic flaps that open up and then the foam is a nice touch. But is that enough to justify this fancy DX style label? I mean, a lot of the rolling eyes was something like when I think DX, yeah, the foam, the rolling eyes, but they're coming with regular releases now, and then like a ball of accessories, like, you know, maybe a more elaborate base, maybe an extra figure, maybe multiple head sculpts and accessories, like stuff's packed. Like even like the Joker, I think it was a DX09. I think that was a pretty cool DX, and even that was kind of like different. What we have now, like this Ahsoka, I think are the two of them DXs? I think they're DX20 and 21. There's no way you can consider that DX20 or 21, you know, a big, massive, like, it's not the same as the DX from the years ago, personally. So I think if they're not getting rid of it, they need to kind of make it mean something again. Yeah, keep the foam. Yeah, have a big elaborate base. Have a bunch of accessories. Maybe have like 2 figures in the one box. Maybe have multiple different head sculpts. Just give us like more bang for your buck, basically, you know. Yeah, I saw that movie yesterday. Wasn't offended by it. Didn't think it was great though. But yeah, that's gonna happen. Yeah, Alan, I think the Hot Toys version looks great. I'm gonna flick through some of these pictures. That's a super shot. So that's strange. Says, did they give you the second? Oh, I think, did they? I know they updated the hair, and this is the latest product update. So I'm wondering, do they still give you the straight hair? They must. I think this looks great. the details in the suit. So they've updated the hair, but it sounds like they're still showing the straight hair in some of the images, so maybe they're actually giving you the swap out hairpiece there. I did purchase the InArt sculpted Batman. Gotcha. Getting the sculpted InArt version, the Hot Toys offering looks equally great. Yeah, it's been back and forth. I don't think there's any right answer. But if I was getting one, the only reason I was saying I'd get the InArt rooted, because I don't even know if I'm going to commit to that. I might get the Hot Toys and go, I'm happy with this. This is fine, because I think InArt for me is just when you really, really love the source material and character and stuff like that. Personally, I can't get all the stuff. Every time a new Batman figure releases and that light hits the sky, Jackson Shu quietly nods to himself and gets busy making other capes. Yeah, I'm probably gonna. I've resigned myself to the fact that there's a high probability that for the Batman 89, I may need to get onto Tony May or Jackson Shu. You'd imagine the Mark II 3.0 be under the list. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Wenwu has been released. Everyone seems to be afraid that seamless bodies will get damaged over time. I have seamless Barbies that are nearly 50 years old and do not cause any problems, so I would worry more about stains. That is a good point. Gotcha. I think they should step up their game on a DX or stop calling it a DX. Yeah, that's yeah. You basically explained that better than I could. Just hit the nail on the head there. Yeah, make DX great again. So the old DX line, the DX07 Luke, had the weather vane and 2 figures. So much battle damage accessories. Sure, the new one has a better head sculpt, but the old DX is sweet. Yeah. I'm getting the Hot Toys with the Signal. The InArt does look really good too, though. Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with either of them. Chris, thanks for joining. All right. So again, just throw in any questions if you have them. If you want some spicy ones, or questions about vehicles, or questions about display tips, or lighting, or anything, or I don't know, even the questions that I tend to ask people in the Visions episodes, whatever. Or even if there's something you want me to put on screen that we talk about, maybe recent releases or announcements, or something that's due to drop maybe. Yeah, I think this looks great. Let's see what else is out there. I'm still not sick of talking about the 1989 Batmobile. I might take a look at like what's upcoming. Like if we take a look at what's actually due to drop, maybe, or what's been announced. So what's due actually? I think maybe Toby should be due soon. Just want to go back and see. I think Toby is. I'm gonna actually get Sideshow open so I can get the exact, well, the exact dates. Now, when I say exact, like, you know, it's Sideshow. So, I wonder will Toby actually get it? Yeah, that's actually worked out quite well. So this one, I've got the regular version on pre-order. I don't need the base, and it's significantly cheaper. So this one, October 2023 to March 2024. Okay, so that's nowhere near. So I want to appreciate this head sculpt though. In fairness, that head sculpt is pretty damn good. I don't like the Sideshow side. It's like, it takes ages to, I can't zoom in the way I used to, so it's a bit annoying for doing streams. I think the Mark III might be due though. Oh god, this is a terrible idea. Googling Iron Man, or Iron Aman even. Alright, so we need some filters in here or I'll never get what I want. So Marvel, Iron Man. Surely, I think that Mark III is due Q2. No, this is expected to ship. That was earlier. July 2023. I think that was. For some reason, I thought that was earlier. But July 2023 to December 2023. Just gonna quick check the chat. Some guy, 1-6-figure focus. Shane, did you purchase the InArt Joker? I did. Long story short, I had it. I went with Toys Wonderland. I had a 20% discount code. That's why I went with them. And I see that their estimated shipping was $95 to Europe. Then when it was due to ship, they basically said, no, it's $330 DHL. I was offered the DHL for free, but I said that they said that I had to promote them and have their logo in the video and have their link in the description. And they wanted to see the video beforehand. I have these messages to back it up as well. So I just said, no, I won't. And I got a refund instead. So I didn't go with that. I said I'd pay for the shipping, but I wasn't paying $330 and I wasn't in the video. So if I'd done the video, I would have got it free. But I just, like, I don't buy from them anymore. But at the time I was buying from them knowing, okay, you're going to have a lot of patience here and stuff like that. And it was kind of, I had bought from them a lot, but lots of patience required. I'd saved a bit of money with them, but lots of patience required. If something was supposed to be delivered in August, that usually meant Christmas. If it was January, that meant summer. So then when that happened, I was kind of going, no, look, I don't want anything to do with them. Like, so I got a full refund and I went with Lion Rock Toys because they're just a better company. It's just that simple. Like, I'd rather go with them, and they ship it in a way where I don't have to pay customs as well, which is massive. And just reaching out to them, they're just better to deal with. Like, and I wouldn't mind like mentioning and saying that, because when I say that they're a good company, they are a good company, and I wouldn't feel comfortable promoting the other company. So yeah, I bought it from Lion Rock Toys, and I have no problem saying that they're good. But then again, I would advise everyone to not listen to me and not listen to any content creators. Kind of like listen to them all, but then make up your own mind. So don't take it as, do your own research is basically it. It's your money, it's your collection, and you do what's right for you. So yeah, I did, and I'm waiting. I've been in contact with Lion Rock, and they said that they're getting into their warehouse on Monday or something like that, and they'll be shipping it out next week. So I'm looking forward to that. It might take a week or two to get here, but what's your most obscure 1/6 scale want? That is a great question. That's a great question. I'm not even sure if it's that obscure though, the ones that I'm thinking of. I'd like an Ellen Ripley, but I don't think that qualifies as obscure, but it's definitely outside the big three, and I don't see him going back making them. I'd love a Bill Paxton, the Colonial Marines. Game over, man. Game over. I think that was Bill Paxton, wasn't it? Just make sure. Keep me honest there, please. So the Colonial Marines, like, I'd love if they went back and redid all them, because that'd be a team I would complete. I'd want that, and the Ellen Ripley with the power loader would be sweet as well. But yeah, not that obscure, but I'm gonna think about that one as well. Is there anyone's trying to think of something to jog my memory? Yeah, I think that'd be it. Those like Ellen Ripley or something like that. Dead Strange is definitely on my want list. Yeah, you're going to take some excellent photos with that. Focus, what 3 1/6 scale vehicles would be on your wish list, no matter if you currently have space or not? Oh, that's a great question. Okay, so I've committed to I have the Batpod, because I just love the look of that. Always have. I think I actually prefer the Batpod to the Tumbler. In terms of actual full-size cars, though, and if space wasn't an issue, like I've ordered a 1989 Batmobile, so that's happening. But like after that, there's, you know, unless I want to start rotating display vehicles, then vehicles can't really happen. But yeah, the 1989 Batmobile is obviously on it. I'm not counting the Tumbler. After that, I really like that 2022 Batmobile. It grew on me. It really did. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's just a stock car, just a muscle car. But from the scenes in the movie and the sounds that it made and the look of the engine, stuff like that, yeah, that one would definitely be there as well. And the 1989 Jazz Inc. Batwing, because that's just amazing. Like, but yeah, great question. I hope they reissue Empire Strikes Back Vader. Only then would I pick up the newly released Luke to match. And I think it's coming. They might do a Return of the Jedi one. I think they're going to shrink down that quarter scale, or possibly, I've been saying this for a while, possibly just straight up reissue that quarter scale with 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi boxing. Yeah. Yeah, Blade Runner. Actually, I liked both Blade Runner films. I'd love a Deckard from the original movie, and Ryan Gosling's character from the 2020. Is it 2149? Is it 2049? That's 2149, isn't it? Blade Runner 20. That's 2049, isn't it? But I actually really like the outfit that he was wearing, just the big coat and stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool. Just got an email saying the Back to the Future Doc 3 Marty just pushed back 6 months. I hope they make the hats removable. They were originally due March. Yeah, I'm kind of seeing that a lot, because I think some of those things I just put up there. This Iron Man 3, I believe, I think that was supposed to be this summer. Ended up snagging a battle damaged armored Batman for $250 after seeing you had that one. It's a great piece, and I'm not a big Batfleck fan, but I wanted a Henry Cavill Superman, and I wanted something to pose with it, so it just made sense. Batman versus Superman. I really liked the Dark Knight Returns, and I really liked what they did. It was Bill Paxton. Yeah, hard to believe he's gone. Obscure would be Alien 3 Ripley. Actually, a big chap, yeah, as well. Just going back to that question, I'd love a proper 1/6 scale big chap, or even like one of the kind of warrior aliens. I think they're warrior aliens from the second movie. I think I nearly preferred them. Keith, 6 scale Padawan, how are you? Great shout. I'd be thrilled to own the USC SS Nostromo crew. Yeah, that'd be cool. I actually have I think it's like 172 scale Oshima. I think it's a Japanese company, AOSHIMA. It's a die-cast, what are they called? It's the dropship. Yeah, the dropship, sorry. Yeah, dropship. You know, it's really heavy, and it's got, like, you know, the landing gear can be swapped in and out. The two kind of foils that have the missiles and stuff like that, systems can open out. And even the bottom can open out. You can actually get the APC device or the kind of tank to go into it. But yeah, it's not 1/6 scale, but it's pretty good. Yeah, I did pull the trigger on it, Alan. I did, and I'm gonna out Keith, the 6 scale Padawan, who also pulled the trigger on it. Yeah, I did, and I have a display idea, so hopefully it'll work. I want Hot Toys to make the N1 Starfighter, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen either. I hope it does, though. Mugwump want the Expendables. I would love to see a release of the Rocky line. My Rocky Hot Toy isn't aging well. Yeah. You'll have to show off the dropship. Yeah, will do. Yeah, it's a beautiful piece. It's actually boxed up at the moment, but it's got some weight to it. And it's just a cool looking piece. And every time, I'll never sell it because every time I watch Aliens, I'm like, I'm so glad that they have that. Like, but it'd be well worth showing off. So probably gonna wrap up here, unless there's any other questions. If anyone can think of something that you'd like me to delve into or attempt to answer. Again, I definitely do not have all the answers, but I will do my level best. Interesting that this Iron Man here is just looks like it's been delayed. I thought this was due to ship around the summer, but they must have pushed it back. See if you have other things that are due to ship. Well, the Vader is probably next year then as well. I'm going to check that Vader. So probably next year. October, yeah. October to March. So what else there? Trying to think anything. I'm just looking at the pre-order list. No, Batman 89, no. Mark 3. Ahsoka is out. Actually, the one I've spent a lot of the time looking at. The Hot Toys Pattinson. That's supposed to be released. That was the first one. I think that was supposed to be April to September. I wonder if they've pushed that back. So where's the one with the signal? So make sure I have the exact right one. Okay, it doesn't matter. I can just pick this one because they all the different SKUs are due. Yeah, so that hasn't been pushed back. So hopefully that will come out between April and September. The quarter scale Batman, actually. I'm going to take a look at that. It's a very Batman heavy stream. So where's that quarter scale? Ah, here. I'm going to filter this. This one is due quarter 1 or 2. Nope, push back. Well, April to June, the summer maybe. Probably means August. Looking forward to that. What did you think of the little kid's helmet in the beginning of Mando? Thought it looked a bit odd. I thought it looked a bit small for his head, but then again, he had long hair, didn't he? So I need to go back and watch it again, give it a different look. Alright folks, I've actually got to go and do a bit of work. So thanks very much for dropping in. If you haven't done so already, actually I want to show you my new intro. I'll show you. It's same music, but I just messed around with it a bit. You let me know what you think of it. So this is the new intro that I'll be using for videos and some streams. I'll try that one more time there and get, because I had all banners and stuff going. Get rid of those banners. So there we go. So this is the new intro. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be using. Alright, so if you are here and you have enjoyed the content, maybe you'll consider hitting the like button, leaving a comment and all that. And if you're here and you're not currently subscribed and you enjoy this style of content, maybe you'll check it out and consider hitting the subscribe button. So Mugwump, super stream, have a great day. You too. Do Mandalorians get secret haircuts? That's exactly what I was wondering, like, or how do they wash their faces, like, you know? Yeah, thank you very much, appreciate it. Okay, so there's kind of people giving feedback for the intro. Thanks Talia, thanks Alan, appreciate that. Thank you Mugwump. The eye flare. King Dingaling is here as well. Yeah, I think it's I like the laser eyes. I've kind of made that a thing now, so it's, well, apparently Bitcoin made it a thing, but it's, the meme maker is just so handy to use. So that would be the intro. Right, so that's less of intros, and we need to go find the outro. So yeah, if you haven't done so already, like the video and consider subscribing to One Six Figure Focus on YouTube. Thanks so much, folks. We'll see you. Have a great day.